Welcome everyone, Joe with ECRM here at our beverage session in Denver, and I'm with Becky from Mary Mack, and she's one of the suppliers here who's been to a couple of our sessions and had a lot of success. So we're gonna walk through some of her offerings and then talk about the success that she had. So thanks for joining us, and tell us about the company and your products.
Fantastic. Thanks for having me, Joe. So Mary Mack is a 25-year-old company. We have been heavy in e-commerce since 1995, and we are now moving ourselves over into the retail market. And one of our newest products is our Scoop Frozen Lemonade. So Joe actually had one yesterday. Joe had strawberry, or this morning, and what did you think, Joe?
Oh, it was awesome. It was really, really good. And the thing is, it's nice and refreshing because you got that coolness. And what I did was I put it in my back pocket to kind of, right, because when it's in the freezer, it's a little bit more solid. You could squash it, and so I put it in my back pocket, walked around a little bit, and then it was ready to use it.
Ready to go. So it's Scoop Frozen Lemonade. It comes in 3 different flavors. We've got original lemon, strawberry, which is my favorite too, and peach. And it ships and sells shelf stable, and so great convenience for getting it into retail outlets. We sell it in a 6-pack, and consumers take it home, they put it in their freezer a couple hours, like you said, take it out, you squeeze it, and it turns into a delicious slush. The great thing about this is it does have a resealable top, and so if your kid takes a couple sips and then throws it back down to get back in the pool, great, just throw it back in the cooler, throw it back in the freezer, it'll refreeze. Also, it's great as a mixer, so at the beverage night last night, we had some experimenting for the adults to add some different mixers in with the pouch.
I think they use vodka.
I think vodka, and mostly vodka and the lemon seemed to be a good mix last night. So it's really a great treat for anybody, age, kids in a stroller up until even the grandmas that are buying it for them love it. We've really found a lot of success with this product, and there's no other frozen lemonade product in the marketplace. So this is innovative, new, and tastes delicious. I mean, nobody has come back and said, this just is not for me.
The only thing is we don't recommend using it as a mixer for the kids.
Correct. Yes, no. We have a lot of folks that will say, this side is the kid side and this is the adult side. But it's great. We have, you think you know your demographic. And we go to a festival and we've got these 14 to 16-year-old boys who just continue to come. And then they bring their friends. So we have lots of success, like during the summer at pools. And then we also have done a zoo, baseball fields, Friday night football. They're great for any of those outings. And so having them in local retail stores has been also a success for us too with phenomenal sales.
Excellent. And you have some other products here.
And we also, our bread and butter brand is our Hawaiian shaved ice. And so this is our essential shaved ice machine. It is the #1 shaved ice machine on Amazon. It has over 17,000 reviews, and we think it makes a great addition to a retail space. We also have syrups that we have been producing for 25 years. Our owner actually started mixing these syrups in his mom's kitchen when he was 19. And so we say it's gone from shack to success to becoming $1 million company with all this e-commerce success. And now we're moving that into the retail space so that customers can buy it in those retail stores that maybe like to put their hands on items and touch and feel versus just buying on the internet.
Excellent. Great. Well, and as I mentioned, Becky's been to our previous beverage session, and she had a great success from there. Talk about your experience with the session itself, the meetings, and then we'll get into the success.
Okay. ECRM makes it really easy. We get assigned a customer service person, and mine's Caroline, and she's amazing. And so Caroline answers all of my questions. She helps us get everything registered online. The agendas are great because you have lots of time to mix and mingle with other people, so you get to know about other brands, meet people, and then they show up at the shows again. And so I just love the ease of ECRM. You just ship your stuff, it's in your booth, you put it up. Your potential buyers come to me, and so that's different from a regular trade show in some aspects, but you have time to sit down and talk. And the nice thing is the folks who come to my booth already know a little bit about my product and are interested. So you know there's already some kind of interest in your product, and knowing that your schedule ahead of time, you can research a little bit and learn more about your potential buyers so that you can kind of craft your pitch to them as well.
That's great. That's great. Tell us about the win.
Yeah. So the win is we got a PO from the Summer Beverage Session from Giant Martin's for our Scoot lemonade to be in their stores during their 3 different cycles this summer, and it was a large PO. So we were very excited about it, and that's our first retail PO for Scoot, and so we're just here looking for more of that to spread, how much we love Scoot and give that opportunity to everyone to try it.
Awesome. Well, for the brands out there that might be watching this, to kind of help with their expectations, once you met, can you go through the timeline from your initial meeting? What are some of the things you had to do along the way? Because I'm assuming the conversations moved offline, in person at their offices, or how did that roll out?
So for me, I think the biggest thing about you have to acknowledge in retail is it's a very different beast from D2C.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have companies that are moving from D2C to retail, you can't have everything ready and flip the switch.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, we met at the July session. Actually, we had to meet virtual after the meeting, and that was fine. And then we continued to talk over email and verbal conversations with the buyer. And then, we started working with the rep at their distributor and getting pricing together. And so we started that in August, and we have just now, late January, finished up that process and got ready for the order. So, but it kept moving. And I think that's one thing that we have to do is we have to keep it moving along because buyers have a lot of things on their plate. But the communication was absolutely fantastic. And like I said, them already knowing something about your product is key, I think.
Yeah, and you bring up a good point too. There's a lot of steps. Like once you have that initial meeting, and it looks like buyers more and more, instead of you going to their office, it'll be a virtual meeting afterwards. So you met with them in person at our session, and then you had a virtual meeting with them, and then the back and forth, and other people need to get involved along the way. And that was pretty fast, because normally it can take, if they're interested at one of our meetings, it can take anywhere from a few months to a year and change.
Absolutely.
So this was very fast. So they don't always happen this fast. It can take some time, but also, it means a lot. It shows how you have your stuff together.
Oh, thank you.
How that happens so quickly. So what do you got coming down the pipe?
So, we are just excited about our retail expansion for all of our product lines. And then, of course, with Scoot, getting that into retail. We also have 15 more flavors of Scoot. So we have a lot of growth within that Scoot market. And we actually just moved into a new facility. We went from 24,000 square feet to 60,000 square feet for our production facility. All of our syrups and Scoot are made in our factory in Clinton, North Carolina. So we make all of that here in the U.S., and we're very proud of that. So we're just continuing to grow and looking to get more success out of this show and future ECRM shows.
Excellent. Well, it looks like now you're set up to accommodate a lot more business. So I look forward to seeing you continue growing.
Absolutely.
Thank you again.
Thank you, Joe.